Hi, I'm Gizzi Erskine. Now, with so many of us having hectic lives, too many of us are missing out on our lunch breaks. So it's my mission to bring back Britain's lunch hour. I've been working with Monster and I've devised some really delicious recipes that are guaranteed to fill you up all afternoon. One of my favourite lunches is the most delicious Italian tuna caponata salad with loads of rocket. I think it's a real shame how most of us in this country see tuna as that stuff you get out of the tin, when if you went over to the Mediterranean you'd get that, but you'd also get the proper stuff. And there's no reason nowadays why we can't make our own lunches with real tuna. So what I've got here is I've got some aubergines that have been frying and they're sort of getting really nice and golden brown. Now, while they're cooking, I'm just going to chop up a red onion, a red pepper, and then a yellow pepper. So my aubergine should be pretty much done, which it is. So I'm just going to turn that down. We're just going to get that to drain off some of the fat because it uses up quite a bit of fat. So now to that pan, I'm going to add in maybe a spot more oil, believe it or not, and then all of this veg. We're just going to give that a mix, and already you can see how colourful this is becoming. Now, for those of you that are not familiar, caponata is kind of like an Italian pickled sort of Mediterranean vegetable. So you sort of cook these veggies down until they're really sweet. Then you sort of acidulate them with some vinegar and a bit of sugar. And so it's kind of how we look at a chutney. But obviously it sort of stays more robust in its shape and its textures and flavours. So it sort of comes across more like a salad. So we're going to top our tuna with that and it's going to be out of this world. Now obviously anything Italian has to have garlic in it. So this has got quite a hefty portion, 3 cloves. I'm just going to chop this up. So I'm going to keep this fairly nice and chunky. Now the peppers and onions are ready, so I'm going to take these off the heat and pop them with the aubergine. I'm going to put the garlic into the pan. Fry this off for about a minute. So what I'm going to do now is just get my cherry tomatoes, which I've halved, and I'm going to put this into the pan, and pretty much immediately we'll see that this makes a sauce, like a tomatoey sauce, which we're going to coat everything else in. So you can see that the tomato is sort of getting really soft and a little bit saucy. So we're going to add our other veggies back to the pan. Then we just add some balsamic vinegar, so about a tablespoon. Some salt. And a bit of pepper. And some sugar to add a little bit of sweetness, like we would with our chutneys over here. And mix that up. Cook that down for 5 minutes and then we let it cool. Then we're just going to pop this tuna on our plate. Now onto that I'm just going to squeeze a tiny bit of lemon juice. I'm going to drizzle on some olive oil, a big hunk of basil leaves, and just finely slice those. And we'll pop that in with the caponata. Gently stir that in. We don't want to break everything up, so you've got to be kind of gentle at this point. Then I'm just going to really gently spoon this caponata over my tuna. I'm going to sprinkle on just a few more capers. Just want them going around the edges, make it look pretty. Then finally, got some rocket, that good old Italian leaf, and I'm going to bung some of that in a bowl. A little bit more for a squeeze of lemon. Some salt. A bit of pepper. Some olive oil. And just mix those leaves up in that dressing. and then just very nicely pile that on top. So I think we can safely say that that is the Mediterranean on a plate.